Hello, superstars. Today we're going to talk about work-life balance. And yes, it actually is achievable. So, more importantly, though, whenever there's a common denominator on any of my calls with my private clients, my first thing is to leverage my time and create a video or a training call like this instead of repeating myself. I mean, just imagine having 20 private clients and saying the same thing over and over and over again. It gets exhausting. If I can leverage my time, I create a video. So that's the whole purpose of our Business by Design Mastermind, and that I can create and dump all in one spot. So I highly suggest you do the same with your own clients, especially if you have private clients. If you have a group coaching only group, then you're fine. You can share that within the group. But in my instance, I'm working with most of you privately and intimately, and I see a common denominator, I address it, and I create a call like today. So work-life balance, I've got 5 steps for you guys today that I really feel is going to make a huge difference in your life if you do the work. Now, many of you are not even giving yourself permission to even do this call. And you need to watch yourself. Where else is that showing up in your life? If you're not giving yourself permission to find a solution, then you're asking to stay stuck. You wish to stay in this hamster wheel of nothingness and in victim mode of bitching and complaining, when I know deep down you want to find a solution. So if you're not even looking or letting yourself have the time to watch this and do the work, that, my friend, and my clients and whoever's watching this is sad all by itself. Give yourself permission for the self-development, to explore solutions. That's a person that's above the line, that I talk about, the below the line and above the line situation. A victim stays below the line, just wants to stay in blame mode and excuses mode and denial mode, where above the line is a person that's looking for resources to find solutions. They want to hold themselves accountable. They want ownership for their situation. They want to take responsibility. Those are the people that are going to create massive, epic change in their life and business and get to the love life they always wanted. Love life as in a life that you fucking love. You get to have that. So give yourself permission to go through this process. There's a worksheet included. Do the work, do the homework. Don't just go, oh, that sounds like a good idea, and toss it aside. I encourage you to truly take this to heart. And if anything, out of the 5 steps I show you, if you only do one, you will win. Okay? Even if you just take away one thing from today's call, you will win. I promise. So work-life balance, 5 simple steps, okay? As most of you know, I started off in wellness coaching back in 2005, so I worked in this area a lot, and that's why I'm a business and lifestyle coach. So I still want you to have the balance and harmony. I'm not all career, money, money, money. I want you to have all areas of your life to be in flow, and that's just how it gets to work. Think of your life as a wheel, and if any area of that wheel is fucked up, you're going to have a very bumpy ride, right? Your balance wheel. If there's any divots in it or gaps and one area is really big, it's like trying to drive on a lumpy wheel. And you're literally going to have a very fucked up ride. You want nice, smooth sailing, right? You want nice, smooth, calm, balance, ebb and flow. Okay? So let's get started. The very first story I want you to eliminate. I'm not picking on everybody. Not everybody says this, but remember, I talked to tons of clients over the past 11 years, and the one thing that comes, I don't have time for that, Karie. I don't have time for that. You don't have time? You have the same 24 hours that everybody else has. And it's a story you're telling yourself, which is why I tell a lot of you guys to watch your thoughts. Are you telling yourself, I don't have enough time? Because if you keep telling yourself that with your thoughts and words, you will continually create not enough time. That's how powerful you are. You'll consistently create this to be your reality. So start telling yourself, I have all the time in the world. I would actually go through stages where I'm like, I catch myself now, of course, and it's not as common as it used to be, is I have all the time in the world. I have plenty of time. I can get to that, plenty of time. If you're not being present, and you're rushing through everything in your life, everything from brushing your teeth to taking a shower to going to bed at night to even doing your most favorite activities, you, my friend, need to take some shit off your list, your to-do list. You're rushing through life. You're hurrying all the way to the grave. Can't wait to get there. Couldn't wait to get there. Couldn't wait to get there. And even my own dad kind of gave me a wake-up call in my 20s. I was super driven, career driven, didn't even have a child yet, but I couldn't make enough money. I was just obsessed. Me and my husband at the time were just obsessed. We had our business on the side. We both had thriving careers. We were making more money than we could spend. And he's like, I'm going to put on your gravestone, Karie, couldn't wait to get here, because you're just rushing through life, and it was kind of like, oh, wow. Damn, Dad, okay. I'm only 20 something, 25, 26 at the time before Shyla K showed up. And I was going at that pace. Having a baby did kind of slow me down and create more solutions in my life for more balance. But if you're not noticing everything, I was noticing that today. Like walking into my bathroom, I noticed, it's like, oh, my coffee smells so good. And oh, I love these fuzzy rugs on the carpet. If you're not noticing that stuff in your life, you're going too fast. Time to slow down. You always heard the saying, stop and smell the roses. That's really what it gets to look like for you. Slow down. You're missing all of that fun stuff in life. You're missing that gaze out the window, which is what I do all day at work, or here in my office. I'm looking out at this gorgeous valley and the mountains. I get to watch them change from purple to orange throughout the day as the sun sets and the sun rises. It's just gorgeous, and all the different colors the valley looks like. If I was so swamped, I would never notice that. And that's what makes you a human being. That's what makes you feel alive in your heart. Oh, it feels so good and yummy. You're a human being. You're not a human doing. Yes, we need to do things to exist, to have a roof over our head, to make sure our needs are met, but don't forget to be a human being along the way. So I want you to watch your thoughts around that statement. I don't have the time. Okay? Catch yourself. This one little nugget could be what changes your whole life going forward. Okay? Start telling yourself, I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time. I have all the time I need. I have plenty of time. Every time I shift and change that, everything gets to be enjoyable, and I'm not rushing through processes. I'm actually in the moment, present when I'm, coaching with clients, present when I'm writing them back in emails. I'm present when I'm prepping for calls like this, because I'm literally taking that time and letting it process and enjoying it at the same time, because I really truly love my career. But if I rush through it, it's not so much fun, right? So watch these stories that you're telling yourself, because they're truly lies saying you don't have enough time. You do. You do. You might have a challenge with time management, which is what we'll get to, but you have plenty of enough time. Trust me. And if anything, you want to take a note of, where are you spending most of your time? Where is it? What are you doing? Is it too much time on Facebook? Even I get distracted. I'll jump on there to go post a call, and I'm like, crap, why am I here? Getting distracted by the news feed. Next thing you know, 20 minutes has gone by. Being laser focused on what your job is and what you want to accomplish that day will help you a lot, and so on. So I'm going to give you all my secrets so you have a work-life balance like I do. If you're feeling unhappy in your life, most likely something's off balance or it's out of key. I'll have thriving clients, a full workload, tons of money coming in, have time with my daughter, and then something else feels off. And I'm like, why am I unhappy? What's going on, Karie? Your business is thriving. Everything's falling into place. You've got a support team around you. And then I'll realize, oh, when was the last time I actually went for a hike? Or maybe I haven't been to the gym lately, and I start to feel icky about that because my body is craving some movement and activity. Or maybe I'm just feeling lost in my adult relationships, like with my boyfriend, or with maybe the connection there isn't as strong, something feels off. Maybe the communication has been off with us, or something makes me feel out of alignment with that. Maybe I haven't spent enough time with friends and social connections. So when you're unhappy, I want you to see where you're on empty. Okay? I want you to get super clear on empty. So get used to this graph that I use here on the slides. As you will see, that this will also be on your worksheet, this exact graph, so you can see, where am I on empty? Most of my clients will come to me as a common denominator. I just want to make a lot of money. I just want to make a lot of money. I just want to make a lot of money. I really want my business to be super successful. I want to make a lot of money. And when I look at it, most of them, that's not even their challenge, is the money part. It's all the other stuff. And when you have all the other places in place, guys, the money takes off naturally, organically. It truly does. If you focus on the money and chase the money, you'll never, ever get it. ever. If you wake up and that's your first thought, I need to make money today, it's a great motivator. But I can promise you, when you focus on the other quadrants of this circle, you can kind of see business and career and finances as just one little quarter. There's 3 other quarters going on here. When those are focused on, that's when I see the financial stuff soar like crazy every time. Works for me, works for my clients. It's magic. But when you're focusing on that, all the rest is falling apart around you, and you actually have your focus out of alignment. Chase the need. Don't chase money. Chase the vision. Chase the why. Chase that yummy feeling you're looking for to achieve. Chase that. Everything else will fall into place. Okay? So look at these 8 areas of focus. We've got physical environment, which is your, going out in nature. With here in Las Vegas, I choose to go to Red Rock or Mount Charleston. Maybe your physical environment is being plugged into the community, volunteering at your daughter's school, getting involved in church, organizations, meetups, things of that. Physical environment is what's around you. Fun and recreation is vacations, silliness. Many of you that see me on social media know that, a couple weeks ago, for example, Shyla and I, for her birthday, she wanted to do the ride to the top of the stratosphere. That's silliness, fun and recreation. I get to act like a 12-year-old every now and then. Personal growth is self-development and reading books and taking courses. And hello, this webinar, this little training course right here is self-development and personal growth. Romance, we all know what romance is. Permission to give yourself a date night. Whether you're single or married, you still need to have date nights. You still need that flirtation and fun in there. Family and friends, we know we need time with family and friends. That's your inner circle that you trust. That is that beauty. I have a very tiny inner circle. I have a huge family, but I have a very tiny inner circle of people. I'm extremely private, believe it or not. And I like to keep it that way. I'm an extremely private person. I don't let a lot of people in my home. I'm very quiet. It's my sanctuary. It's kind of my recuperation area. But my inner circle, those people are golden to me. These are people I, hold near and dear to my heart. My external circle is ginormous. It's the globe, literally. Okay. So family and friends, that's your inner circle that you trust. Health, of course, is what you eat, what activities you're doing, how you're moving in your body. Finances, of course, is your budgets and your financial statements and so on, what you get to live off of, what you get to save, and so on. Business and career, of course, is my favorite, and that is your purpose in my book. So those are the 8 quadrants. You will download the worksheet, and you'll get to fill it in yourself. And be honest. Be honest. When you're filling in that graph, get out your colors. You might as well match the colors that you see. If you're like, wow, my orange is all the way, and health, awesome. But whoa, over here, family and friends, I don't have any green to really work with here. Or romance is completely blank. The red, no red at all. Get your kids' colors. I'm going to get some crayons and color my own in. Because when you look at that graph, you'll see it and go, whoa, and put it by your desk, put it by your workstation, put it wherever you are. So you can see, kind of get a visual aid of, hey, I really need to work on purple today. Or this week, because that's what happens a lot of times. Life will pull us in a situation, create us to be off balance. For example, you might get a health scare or a health challenge, and everything falls over, literally like dominoes, until you focus on that and get it back up and running again, and then you can get back in balance. Same with maybe work. You start a new business or a new career, and it's taking up a lot of your time and energy. It's only hard at first, but you're learning while you're earning, and you're kind of learning so much at one time, it feels hard. Before you know it, you're doing it in your sleep, and then you get back to balance again. Sometimes life just pulls you in certain directions that will cause that balance to go off, even when you're doing so good at keeping it on board. So let's go a little deeper. Ask yourself on that worksheet, where are you balanced? Where are you empty? After you color those in, what activities can you incorporate to increase the balance, and what can you let go of that's not a priority in order to fill the other areas of your life? That is key. What can you let go of? Because I really, really want you to have some serious healthy boundaries going forward. So where are you on empty? So let's get clear on this. After you do your wheel, you're going to go through this call and go, oh, I didn't do it yet. That's okay. You can hit pause if you're listening to the replay, which is perfectly fine. You can do the coloring wheel and you can hit play again. Isn't that cool? It's Karie on demand, just like cable. So I want you to go, if you're stuck in business and career, that seems low to you. Well, first and foremost, I've noticed this with my clients. If you're stuck on business and career and that's all you're working on in that quadrant, you will feel super guilty because your family life is out of control, or doesn't feel like you're giving enough attention to your children, your house, your spouse, or your partner, or whatever else is showing up. You'll tend to feel out of balance. But the odd thing is if you're stuck in family and health drama, you're feeling guilt around your business and career because it's like, oh, I'm sucking it in my career right now. I'm really letting things slide. But I have this drama over here I need to take care of. Maybe you have a sick mom or something else, a family member or a child, stuff that's drama and trauma that's showing up. And no matter what you do, you feel guilty because you're giving so much attention to one or the other. Again, balance. Give yourself permission to stay balanced. I don't care how much drama shows up in your life. You need to still remain in balance and flow, or nothing works. Nothing. You can't be 100% effective anywhere because you're giving like such a tiny percentage to everything else. Okay? So I'm letting you know, no matter where you go, you're going to still feel guilty about what you're not working on at the moment. So you might as well figure out a way to juggle it all. Okay? Here are some categories. I want you to list each category and then list an activity that you can fill in that area. Where you are struggling, where in that balance wheel are you teeny tiny 5%? If you're not 10, 10's awesome. How about, even 5? If it's lower than 5, oh Lord, red alert, let's get some shit done. Okay, we need to take a look at this quadrant. So I want you to kind of listen, see which ones are not working for you. And more importantly, it could be lots of different things, but I want to see which category is in the red zone, technically the 0 zone down there. So if it's business and career that you're struggling in, and that part is shrinking down and super small, which in all honesty, to color that in, if you know your purpose, you know how to make money doing your purpose, you've gotten clear on that and you're working on that, that's almost a 10, okay? You give yourself permission to give yourself a 10 on that. If you know your why and you're working in your zone of genius and you've got a game plan and you've got a coach, that is a 10 in my book. We'll always make more money. Trust me. I'll always want to make more money than I made last month. That's just my drive. That's what keeps my business going upward. Okay. I always want to kill last month's goals. Okay. Last month's income goals. You want a steady climb. That's never going to go away, whether you're making 10 grand a month or 120 grand a month. You're still going to have that steady incline. And then your business will plateau a little bit, then it'll go up again and so on. So don't count just the money factor in that area, okay? It doesn't get to play a part because that never goes away, in all honesty. But if you're unfocused or you're not clear what that purpose is and you hate your job, maybe there's a chance that that area gets to have some work on. But figuring out what your purpose is and getting a game plan to work in your zone of genius is huge, okay? I would highly recommend doing that so that you can fill that up to a 10. Finances. Maybe your finances are everywhere. Now, almost every client I've ever worked with that comes to me and says, I don't have enough money, they're always focused on lack. I've taken them from 5 grand a month to 10 grand a month to 15 grand a month. Guess what? The story's still there. 20 grand a month. It's not the lack. It's not the that they don't have any money or the lack of money. They have more than they realize. They're just not very good with the outflow. They're not very good with a budget. Maybe they're bleeding money on stuff they didn't even realize they were. When I sat down with my own financial advisor and saw the things that were automatically being debited from my account, stuff I wasn't even using, memberships, things like that, that stuff adds up quickly. So give yourself permission to go through your bank statements and see what's automatically debited from your account that you might not even be using anymore. I had 3 that were softwares, 1 that was I was hosting something I didn't even need anymore, a landing page from 3 years ago. If you don't stop and look at that, you're bleeding money. So get really good with the details and creating a budget. I hate the word budget. It makes my skin crawl. It sounds like limitation to me. It makes me feel like I'm in a box. It makes me feel like I'm being punished. Okay, and some of you may relate to me. I like to focus on abundance and focus on creating more money instead of telling myself, no, I can't have that. It's not in the budget. You'll never hear me say that. It's if I want it, I will create a way to get it. I will create the income to get that. That's just my way of thinking. So also look into other things and get clear on what you need to bring in to create more abundance as well. But just see what your burn ratio is. Create a spreadsheet. Look at your bank statements. Where are you spending all your money? Is it stupid stuff like a Starbucks coffee every morning that adds up big time? Going out to eat every day? Gosh, there's a ton of things. Maybe it's some recreation that's not that necessary. Maybe your cable bill's too high. There's lots of things you could look at that are unnecessary cash outflow that you can nip now, so you're not bleeding money and creating more abundance for yourself and doing things you really want to do. Maybe you're a compulsive shopper. You're buying things online all day. You don't even realize you're doing it. And then you're coming to Karie, I don't have enough money. Hello, I don't go into my client's budget, but I want you to do that. I'm empowering you to make those choices so you can create more abundance in your life and put that towards something fun and exciting. Okay? So that's the financial section. The health, which is what I used to coach on always, always, always. Did you know that if you don't get enough sleep every night, you're actually draining your brain? Your brain recovers and heals itself while you're sleeping, which is going to, of course, prevent Alzheimer's and other challenges long term. But think about how much you're using your mind every day. If you didn't get a good night's rest, your brain doesn't get a chance to rejuvenate itself. It's literally recharging your battery. Not to mention all the other things that happen in your cells, all the other yumminess. The growth hormone comes out into play, and there's so much more rejuvenation that gets to happen with a good night's rest. Be selfish, be accountable, go to bed at a decent time. If you know you need to be up by a certain time, go to bed at a decent time. Let yourself get that 7 to 8 hours. Be selfish about it. Say no to those activities that'll keep you up late at night if you know you've got a meeting the next morning. Self-honor yourself. Always go into self-honor mode and get really clear on that, okay? Food, is it nutritious? Is it natural? Is it organic? Is it fruits and vegetables? Is it a live plant? Yes, put that in your body all day long. Those are yes foods. Yes, 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 yes. I'm an 80-20 person when it comes to foods. 80% good, 20% bad. I'm a realist, okay? I live on the real planet with everybody else, and I know the choices around us sometimes are not always that healthy. But I'm all about the 80-20 rule with just about everything in life. I believe in not being too crazy out there, extreme in anything. I think it's almost impossible to be that. To be realistic is more my style anyway with everything in life. So is those foods actually nutritious? Are they fuel for your body so your brain can think better, your body wants to go out and do something fun, you have the energy at the end of the day to actually play with your kids, that sort of thing. Exercise. Give yourself permission to exercise. If you didn't take a walk that day, go for a walk in your neighborhood, 2 seconds. Go put in your favorite playlist and just go walk around the neighborhood if you're someone that is resistant to exercise. Get out there, just start moving. Join the gym. Go with a girlfriend. Go with a friend. Make sure you always have water by you 24/7 so you're constantly hydrating. And that, of course, if you're an empath, that helps keep you grounded too. So just a little insight on that. I could go all day on the health side, but I'm not going to. Family and friends, plan this. This is where I struggle. It may not appear that way on the outside, but it's because I schedule it. I have to schedule it. Thank God I have social friends that keep me moving. I schedule girls' night out. I schedule lunches with friends. I put that in my calendar as a must do because I know I need to stay balanced. I need to stay balanced. Or I'm going to get grumpy and start biting everybody's head off. And you don't want that if you're my client or my kid or my boyfriend. Nobody wants that. No one wants to get their head bit off. So I know I need that. If you have small children, create playdates where you can talk and socialize with other moms. That was always my favorite when my daughter was tiny, was Playdates. I lived for them. I'm like, yay, I get to talk to another adult. I don't have to talk and baby talk anymore. Kids are playing, everybody's happy. Moms are sitting there with their drinks and tea or whatever and chilling and socializing while the kids are off playing, and usually they never want to leave. So everybody's happy. It's a win-win. Create social gatherings. Look at those things on events. When I want to feel connected to the community, I'm always looking on certain categories where I'm a member of like the National Association of Women's Business Owner here in Las Vegas. I look at their calendar of events, which ones do I want to go to. I always connect and create more resources of great people, my peers. Look for that sort of thing and book it. Book it. If you don't put it on the calendar, it's not going to happen. I'm a strict person. I'm all about your calendar. Put it on a calendar. You don't love to have a calendar, make yourself love to have a calendar. It's the best structure I ever took away from the corporate world, being structured with a calendar and sticking to it. It holds me accountable. So on to romance, my favorite. So yummy. Okay, no lie, guys. This area sucks in my life, or did. It's getting better. Oh, man. And I would get angry, bitter. Angry, bitter. I love being in love. I love relationships. I love dating. I love spoiling the crap out of my man, and I miss it. My last serious relationship was almost 3 years ago. During my business structure, I've actually put it in, must have a date night, like every Thursday or Saturday night, must have a date night. If I didn't have a date scheduled, I would take myself out to my favorite restaurant and have a nice glass of wine and get dressed up. I need to feel attractive. I need to feel wanted and that I'm still alive, for God's sakes, you know? If you're in a relationship, make it a priority to have a date night with your spouse or your partner, so you can flirt more and you can feel sexy and buy fun clothes. And there's nothing worse than being a mom that works from home and never having the opportunity to dress up, and you forget how sexy you are or how good it feels to just light yourself up with your favorite outfit and putting on accessories and feeling really good about yourself. I want you to feel attractive, and romance, actually, the more you feel attractive, the more you'll attract everything in your life. The man you want, the woman you want, whatever that looks like for you. More clients, more money. You'll attract all this. You see where I'm going with this? Again, we're not focusing on money, but when you focus on romance and love, it'll raise your vibration where you'll start to pull in everything else you want in life too. Career opportunities, success. It is the gem. It's in red for a reason. This is the hot spot, guys. You can focus on the romance part. If you've ever read a book called The Honeymoon Effect, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's a great book by a friend of mine that's the author. He wrote it. I read it. It's amazing. I watched him speak on it. The Honeymoon Effect. Big stuff, guys. It's something about your vibration. You're just in love and you create so much more reasons to love your life in all of the quadrants. So that one's my favorite, romance. You may not think it's important. It's important. Make it a priority. Even if you don't have someone you're dating, get out there, put yourself on a single site, allow yourself to go on a date just for fun, just to meet new people. Think of it as networking. It's just to connect with other soul partners or people that you want to bring into your world. It could turn into great friends. It could turn into something serious, but give yourself permission to have that fun. Okay. Personal growth, of course, I mentioned before, reading books, seminars, workshops, webinars, having a coach. You can check that off the list. You can give yourself a 10 if you're one of my clients. By all means, reading good books and getting really clear on working consistently on yourself. When you work on yourself and you fix the inside, the outside always falls into place. This one's huge. The purple and the red are my two favorites and the most important in my book. Because when you, like I said, you fix the inside, everything else on the outside falls into place. Those limiting beliefs go away, your self-sabotage goes away. Your low self-worth will push away everything that's wonderful in your life because you don't feel worthy. I highly recommend you work on your personal growth as much as possible, which is why with my clients, I do both. We aren't just working inward, we're working outward and inward. It's a combination of both, okay? Fun and recreation. This one is the one I have a challenge with myself the most. Permission to just have a weekend getaway, try something new, be a kid again, do something silly. My daughter helps pull this part out of me, planning a vacation, those sort of things. I'm so driven. I have to really work on this. I have to find a way to give myself permission to play because I'd rather work. I love my business. I love my career. And it's not just I have to work. It's because I love it. I love it. Yes, I'm the sole income provider for our household, but that's not even it. I have every right to take 3-4 days off at a time or a week off during my flex weeks every month and give myself permission to actually leave town and go play. Just go play, Karie. So this is part I actually have a challenge with, and I have to, again, schedule it. I have to schedule it. going to like the water park with my daughter, or doing something fun that truly lets me be that childlike personality again. That's where that vibration is so high. And again, the higher your vibration, the frequency that you're putting out there, it's not so much a vibration, it's more of a frequency. Think of it that like a radio sonar going off, your little frequency button is going off. You get to put out this frequency that's way up here, super high, and that's where all the good stuff is at. You attract better clients, you attract better dates, you attract better friends, you attract more money. The abundance is up here, and you want your vibration and frequency to be up there, okay? So give yourself permission to do that going forward. Last one is the physical environment again. Getting out in nature, getting outside, playing in your community. Give yourself permission to play at the park. My daughter's really good again at pulling me onto, come on, Mom, let's roll around in the grass and just be silly. Let's have a picnic. Let's ride our bikes. That sort of thing. Again, I love hikes. I'm exposed to many beautiful hiking areas here in nature. I really want to take up running. I've always fought it, and I really feel I need to do it because I've always told the story. I'm not a runner. I'm not a runner. I don't run. I hate running. But I'm going to switch that story to I enjoy running. It makes me feel free. So I'm going to do more of that in my physical environment. It takes 2 seconds to lace up your Nikes and go run in the neighborhood. There's no excuses. And it does change your life from the inside out. One other step for you guys is a small book recommendation, which I read a while back and attended a workshop on, probably 5 years ago. There's an actual test you can take online. When you buy this book, it will give you a key code inside that has you go to a link and type it in, and you can take your own test and kind of get recommendations on your own well-being. It's more 5 quadrants versus the 8 that I just showed you and have used in the past, but I highly recommend it because it gives you more insight on how to increase your well-being as a person. I like that it says well-being because, again, I'm trying to get you to be a human being. That's important. If you're not loving every second of your life, you're not working on the human being part, okay? And after you get that book, because I know you will, because you guys are good little students, I recommend doing one last little category here of a little task to do. When you make your list of everything that you need to do, whether it's for the day, week, or month, I want you to put it into 3 categories. Okay, and do what I call a brain dump. You guys have heard me say this before, where you're just writing everything out, everything out, everything out, everything out. Do a brain dump of, I got to do this, this, and this, and then put it into 3 categories. Is this something I need to do, only I can do? Or is it something I can delegate? Or is it something I should just get off the list altogether and dump it? Because let's be honest, there's some stuff on your list that's not all that important. Nobody's going to die if it doesn't get done. That's what I'm talking about, those kind of things. No one's going to die if you never get to it. It could have been an idea you had last year and you're still kicking yourself and saying, I need to do this or blog about it. If you haven't done it by now, it's probably not that important. Dump it. Put a big black Sharpie marker across that and cross it off. Done, dump, exit out. But if it's a do, because only you can do it, then it's a circle it for a do. If it's a delegate, trust me, there's somebody that can do it for you. Okay? I hate grocery shopping. I hate it with all of my being. I fight it. I don't enjoy it. The only time I enjoy it is if it's for a party, or again, it's all about the social stuff with me and relationships. The things I enjoy always seem to have that as the common denominator, is relationships with people. If it's for a party or I'm cooking for my man and he's here, it is exciting and fun and romantic, yes, then I enjoy it. But for the most part, week to week, I hate it. When my daughter's not here for the summer, I will let it go down to nothing in the fridge, like water and wine. That's it. Boop. That's all that gets to be in there is water and wine. Oh, it's pathetic. It's really bad. Because I'll just go out to eat, or I'll grab something to go from my favorite restaurant or something healthy. So I have looked into getting my groceries delivered, and I'm looking at other food choices to get things delivered. And I had a friend that has referred me to a site he uses that ships in ingredients for meals, right down to what you need, down to the herbs and natural herbs and stuff. So I'm looking into that stuff because I hate it. I have to do it, but I really want to dump it. So instead, I'm going to delegate it. It's literally how that gets to work, okay? So I hate gardening. I'm not going to sit in 120-degree temperatures in Vegas in the sunshine pulling weeds or trimming bushes. And I wasn't going to buy a lawnmower for the little patch of grass I have in the backyard. The fact that I even have grass in Vegas all by itself is a freaking miracle. So I chose to get a gardener that comes twice a month. Piece of cake, done. Don't have to think about it ever again. Okay? So I have things on my list, but delegating them out is so worth it for me. Deep cleaning my house. I have a much bigger home than I had in the past. I'm not going to deep clean, scrub floors, toilets, sinks all the time. I get to have a cleaning lady come and her mom. This is a little duo that gets to show up because they have their own business, and I get to explore and empower her to have her own business by giving her more work to do. So see how that gets to be? I get to empower another woman while I'm empowering myself. And I delegate that out. Anything else I can delegate out, I will, in a heartbeat. To assistants, I've got virtual assistants all around me that heavily support me. I delegate a lot to them as well, and I work and focus on what makes me happy, what makes me feel in flow, okay? So do yourself that, because sometimes you're looking at lists and you think just because you wrote it down you have to do it, when it should really be in the dump file, okay? So I encourage you to do this exercise, even if it's just for what has to be done for the month. You'll already start to feel yourself as you cross things off and start delegating. You'll feel, I can breathe again. Oh, okay, all this pressure's not on me. Because in all honesty, nobody put that pressure on you but you. So you get to have permission to take it away, okay? Last but not least, create healthy boundaries. If it doesn't fill you in those 8 categories that we looked at in the graph, it's a no thank you. One thing that I always tell everyone is, and I just went to lunch with a great friend of mine earlier today. And God bless him. He said, Karie, I noticed we haven't seen each other in a while, and I know you like to keep yourself surrounded by just positivity and nothing toxic. And is that the reason why we haven't connected in the past couple months? I haven't seen him since before, he's my best friend, one of my best friends. I haven't seen him in over 4 months, and he lives here in Vegas. He goes, is it because of me? I know I've been pretty negative lately, and is it because of me? I said, no, it's not you I'm avoiding. It's the environment you're asking me to go to. If you want me to party downtown at a crazy pub on St. Patrick's Day on a weeknight and you're already half drunk when you ask me out down there and it's a good half an hour drive and I have to pay for parking. No, it sounds like more hassle than it's worth. I always gauge my answer. Is it going to make me feel more full and energized afterward, or is it going to deplete me and make me feel icky the next day or later that night? If I'm going to feel worse after this event, it's a hell no. If it's going to make you feel better, enlighten you, make you feel more awake, bring more awareness, make you feel full, better social activity, it's a hell yes. That's how you create boundaries. You listen to what your soul's telling you instead of what your head might be telling you. My head could have gotten in the way and said, but he's your friend. You haven't seen him in forever, Karie. You never get out of the house. You should really just go play. It's just a few drinks. But I knew my soul was like, no, thank you. So once him and I came to that agreement today, I said, yes, you need more Karie time because he's going through some stuff in his life and I know I can help him. And I did help him today, big time. I said, you need more Karie positivity in your life. You need to be closer in the circle and we need to do more things together. But if you're consistently inviting me to those toxic environments, I'm going to say no. So I let him know it wasn't him I was saying no to, it was the environment or the event that he wanted me to go to. He felt a lot better. You could see the relief on his face. Life is good. I said, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I only care what I think of me. At the end of the day, I have to be number one or I'm no good to anybody. I've gotten really crystal clear that I just don't care what people think. If I say no, it's because I said no. And that's the answer. I'm to explain myself. So I want you to get to that same place of power. That same place of power because, again, your world is all you're responsible for. At the end of the day, you're only responsible for your own journey. When you came into this planet, God didn't say, okay, now you're responsible for your journey, and then this person over here, and your coworker over here, and that one cousin that's got their life all fucked up, you better go help them too. No, just you, your purpose. That's all you're responsible for. If you get to help others along the way, awesome. But they're not your personal responsibility. Not even your children. They get to have their own journey too. They get to come to their own exploration. Yes, you need to guide them and take care of their needs, but they get to be their own individual self. They're their own soul on this planet as well. So take a good look at that and create these healthy boundaries. Last but not least, as we wrap up this call, I want you to chunk up time into categories, and be really, really strict. That's how I do things. I will actually set my timer. I did that this morning because I knew I had a lunch date with a friend. So I thought, how much work can I get done in 2 hours? Set my timer for 2 hours and I just zoned in. No interruptions, just boom, 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 boom. So how much can I get done? Because I have, 4 presentations to give this week and I wanted to get as many PowerPoint slides done as I could. So I nailed it. I got so much done. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like a race when you do it that way because you only have 2 hours. So you'll get super focused and be more productive. So chunk up time into categories and be strict with yourself. Those moms that are working from home that can feel the laundry over here needs to be done and, oh, I should really go get groceries and I didn't run that errand. No, if you're in work mode, that stuff gets to be tuned out. Literally fade it to gray. It doesn't exist. Do what you can when your kids are in school or away. That's the time you should work on your business. Laundry, all those other things, do it with them. Let them help. Let that be an activity that you guys do together. Or they're all watching TV or they're on electronics or they're doing homework. Do laundry then. Don't do laundry when your kids go to school. What are you thinking? That's something for in the evening. When you can do an activity, whether they're there or not, then that gets to wait. If working on your business or anything else that requires a lot more focus for productivity, that's what you do when they're away. Okay? Anything else doesn't matter. When I find myself cleaning or doing anything throughout the day that I could be doing when my daughter's home, I scold myself. I'm like, what are you doing? You need to be in that laser focused time when she's gone at school. You need to do what you can during those sweet, precious hours or after they go to sleep or whatever that looks like for you. You get to choose your favorite work time. When you are doing whatever role you're working on, I want you to visualize that, okay, I'm wearing my career hat. I'm Karie the coach right now, and this is what it gets to look like, and this is what I'm going to wear, and so on. I highly encourage you to do that by all means. When you're wearing your mommy hat in your mind, get your mommy hat on. We're just going to be mommy. Me and Shyla are going shopping. I'm going to spend time with her, or we're going to church, or we're going to lunch, or we're just going for a walk. I'm in mommy time. We're just going to go grab yogurt, whatever that looks like. And we get to stay in mommy mode. Shut off career mode. Even when your phone buzzes and you're like, oh, it's a client. Nope, I'm in mommy mode right now. That's literally how structured I am. And it took me years to get here. Not years, but a lot of discipline to get here. When I'm in the mode with my boyfriend and I got my girlfriend hat on. Yay, I get to have that time. I get to just be in and enjoy that moment with him and just be the girlfriend. When he was here, as most of you know, he lives in Santa Monica, so he's not close by, unfortunately. So when he was here, he's such a beautiful soul. He really is. He was like apologizing because he's the best man in his best friend's wedding. So he was still managing a lot of things that was coming up in that wedding to happen. So he would apologize every time he had to check an email. Plus he was responsible for selling his mother's house back in England. It's like, I'm so sorry, Karie. I am so sorry, but I have to just reply to this right now. He would apologize because he's really structured. He wanted to make the most of our quality time together as well. Love that about him. So that's the beauty of truly wearing, he had his boyfriend hat on and he wanted to just be in the moment. Life doesn't always allow for that, but he was pretty structured. He could have been on his phone the whole time and it would have pissed me off. I could have been on my phone the whole time and it would have pissed him off. When you're on your girls' night out, you just hang out. You talk girl stuff. You talk about silly things. You laugh, you giggle, you have a good time. I'm not thinking, oh, I really should check in with my daughter, make sure she's doing her homework. You can, but I really recommend that you just wear your girlfriend's girls' night out hat and just stick to that. Or when you're at the gym, you're in fitness mode, because I know at the gym, I'm bored out of my mind. I hate the gym with a passion, unless it's a fun class with a friend. I hate it, no lie. But if I'm in my fitness mode and I'm not thinking, oh, I could be working or I could be doing this, I really need to get back to my desk and finish stuff. I'm just in the zone. I'm listening to my favorite playlist and I know, okay, 20 minutes cardio, 20 minutes of this, and I'm going through my workout routine. I'm going to be happier if I'm present and in that fitness hat wear and so on. And it keeps going. So again, wear that visual hat in your mind. I am wearing this right now. I am business coach Karie right now. I am not mom. And literally when my kid comes home from school and I have time to break away, I'm like, okay, now I'm mom mode and I'm going to shut off the business for the day. That's what it gets to look like. So That's my secrets. That's what really works for me. I want to remind you that you've got this. Again, any nugget you can take away from today's call will help you. Anything. I encourage you to take one, apply it to your life, then come back, take another one, apply it to your life, come back, take another nugget, apply it to your life, because I don't believe in overwhelm and trying to do too much change at one time. It's not realistic, and it usually doesn't stick. I want this stuff to stick. I want this to be your lifestyle. I want you to have balance like I have. I'm not perfect at it, but damn it, I'm pretty damn close, and I've really worked at it. And when I am feeling off, I know something's not right. One of those tanks on the 8 category circle wheel is off, and I know it, and I know to fill that in, to feel whole, complete, and balanced every day. But again, I want to remind you, don't wish, like the slide says, don't wish your life were easier. Really wish you were better. Don't wish your life was easier, wish you were better. Because as we skill up and master one thing at a time, things get so easy. The stuff I do today, it would take me so much longer to do 4 years from now, 5 years from now. But now I can do it in my sleep. It's quick and easy. So I hope this was helpful for your work-life balance. I want you to take away as much as you can today. I want you to reach out, ask me questions, leave comments. I'm going to post this publicly everywhere, not just for my private clients. Originally, it was going to be just for private clients, but I believe in leveraging my time and sharing my gifts and treats with the world. So post comments in the YouTube link, find me on Facebook, ask me questions, private messages, whatever you want to. You can find me there on social media under Karie Millspaugh, or you can find me on YouTube, of course, and leave comments in the links. More importantly, apply this to your life and watch it change. You all get to have this healthy, balanced lifestyle. It is your birthright, and abundance gets to be your reality. Big hugs, big love, guys. Have an epic and amazing day, and go start using this today. Okay, guys? Bye.